dress again.
Oh my goodness! Not on this show. That's not this. It's coming though. Don't worry. It's on next. Calm down. Look.
How it all started from the bottom. I may not think that you are successful because you're still what they consider the bottom. And like we had this year, we had this week, which was successful to
Hell yeah.
that method. But I still struggle with much smaller alcohol. So I would not be successful. Well, yeah, just because I still struggle doesn't mean we haven't came up from the bottom. The bottom does have a base step at the top too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you really look at where
What goes up must come down.
That's why I said
It is definitely enabling, or like it's going to happen. But for you, not to get too personal, I guess, but just you talk about struggling, and that struggle is that up to a hit for 9 years. But you see yourself with another struggle. Is that something that you plan on attending to as well?
I've been drinking for 2 years. I realized that I can have about 3 or 4 drinks, shots before it starts going down like water. When it goes down like water, that's when
Right.
But I actually haven't drank since September.
Good shit. I feel like
It's
for
just-
me, quitting that heavy drinking solved a lot of problems.
Oh yeah.
I mean, unbelievable how many problems it solved just to. I mean, I'll still drink. You know what I mean? Like we're all gonna go to Sunshine at the end of the month here and see young Draco up on stage along with a bunch of other people doing that. We can get into that on 7th. And I'm gonna have a drink. Hell, we're gonna be in VIP and the first month on me. So we're gonna celebrate.
Still will have a drink, but to me, I know that is still there.
Yeah.
So I try.
Smart.
I always committed to because I started hanging out with nobody who likes to drink and I said drink it, and I was downing every weekend a whole bottle of Crown Apple myself.
Ooh, that Crown Apple is so yummy though.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Have you
Have you tried it with cranberry juice?
No.
No, I know you say ew, no, but no, not the drink shot.
Just because people are looking at that's why I said so much. Because at his bottle, I had my bottle. Drinking it.
Right.
There was a time where I was already hungover, but you could tell because I had to push through it.
Right.
But it wasn't good for me because it's also keeping us something.
Yeah.
Okay, now that is the beginning of the question, which is the demon. The demon now all of a sudden he take over your success, or do you think that now you're at the point where you can work your success without having
This is something you can get through our sponsor, Google Counseling. That's been quite a bit. I've been through 4 sessions, but it's really getting into the neurotoxin requiring my brain, and I could feel a difference. I don't know if you guys have been around me enough to tell the energy difference, but I know the energy is different now in a way. So, no, I'm doing what I do to battle that monster. But absolutely,
I'll tell you what,
just like yin
ketamine.
and yang.
Ketamine, man, I had ketamine for the first time a few weeks ago. Man, woke up and you got to understand, when I wake up from anesthesia, like every time I've woken up from a surgery, and I've had 5 major surgeries, every time I've woke up feeling like going up, all kinds of stuff. Right? They gave me ketamine this last time. I just woke up feeling great. I mean, not great, I was in pain, but didn't feel sick and all that. So, shout out to New Hope Counseling for being able to, get people it in the right direction. That's one of the directions they have.
I've slept a lot more, not waking up as more than but I used to wake up much. Like, it's
Right.
something that
Right.
I'm starting to talk to a little bit more people and I guess
More
that's really
sociable.
what-
Yeah.
more sociable. And it's just the thing to no counseling is someone that can't make that happen for them.
And where are they located now?
They're all at 3470 Fire Beach Springs. But to get an appointment scheduled, call 719-896-5163.
Is there an online way?
You can go to www.com to schedule.
Cool.
So you have access to it. And then again, for the ones that are locked up right now, if you're in Colorado, ask for an addiction recovery center and Hope Counseling is part of that list.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Thanks, New Hope Counseling, man. Shout out to that sponsor. Those are the type of sponsors you love bringing on, right?
Right. And we got another one now. This would be out of our studio. We open on March 1st this year. Just a couple weeks away. And and that's cool because 3-1 green light.
Green Light Boulder FM.
Shout out to everyone in Boulder listening at him.
Yes. And then we got Mixler, which takes us all over the world.
Syndicate.mixler.com.
Now we get an opportunity to move into Mexico, Texas. I'm really excited. The point is the station down in Florida, they have people that are doing exactly what you were saying. So I'm being broken to all
Excuse me. Sorry.
help one another. That's success for me.
So when you hear
I like
started from the bottom, how do you guys feel? Do you feel that it's just started from the bottom, or you feel you went up? Because just because we are successful now also doesn't mean that there's not going to be other struggles. So like we'll say, multiple times throughout our life.
Well, you talk about that, like, when I first started out, it was really crazy. I mean, 3 or 4 that I went to, I scored, but then I missed a control. And I started going back through my thing and realized, you're still successful in this one because you're still getting 99% out.
Right.
So you're not gonna be bad to average down by 47 of what you're going out for today. What's going on?
And it's all about perspective and where you're at and what you're doing, right? Because you're talking about being upset about 99%,
Right,
right?
right.
But if you were playing baseball, professional baseball in the major leagues, and you're batting 30 to 40%, which means you get up to bat and you get a hit 30 to 40% of the time.
Right.
They consider that successful.
Yeah.
You would not consider that successful where you're sitting and what you're doing. So it's hard. You can't look at other people's measure of success and make that your own. Really, everybody has their own personal way of accepting, number one, where they're at, and number two, looking how to increase or make that better. Get to a new level.
There's people out there that have cars, have big TVs and things like that. There's others who have little houses and family. They're all within their successful. Then you got people who go to concerts and vacations and I'd rather have experiences and photos in my life, and buying materialistic things.
Right.
Each person's photo says is how you level that sucks.
But there's even like a few months back, we went to Mono, and now you're wanting us for some together and do some show for them. And I think that's success right there. Your customers start coming back to you.
Yeah, that definitely is another way to measure success. It really just depends upon, once again, where you're at, what you're doing.
So they can't talk about that customer coming.
Right.
Well, they do have repeat customers where they come in because so we're gonna take a music break here, and then we'll be right back on. We're gonna listen to. I never thought I would play this damn song. Drake's the bottom of joy.
Started from the club. By the way, anytime you want sound check, just right here. And I hit that perfect. That's wild. That's wild. I said it right when he said it on the thing.
I woke up this morning, Chris took me to the store so I could actually get breakfast. I wasn't eating that, but it's been sitting out.
That's fine, man.
You sure?
Oh yeah. What's gonna happen? What is it? What is it?
Seafood.
Oh, seafood? Yeah, you got to be a little bit more cautious with seafood. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I didn't grab this off and passed out. So all of them still fresh. Woke up this morning.
Bro, you didn't bring no cinnamon roll for nobody else, then you can't even talk about it. This fucking guy.
Like I'm not a fat guy right here. Do you ever look at the people that are around?
No, man, I'm not gonna take one of your two. I wanted to see a whole box of cinnamon so I could drool and maybe take a picture and look at it later.
And I was like, yes, the day and everybody was at once. I did the box right for walking and right back in. No,
You coming back right after this song?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I bring lists.
That'll be right. Just bring on for everybody.
Ah, look at this guy. Yeah, with the burn. Damn, with the burn back. He said, okay, I'm sorry, Dad. Don't hit me.
Buddy. Say hi to me.
Hey, hey, hey,
Here.
hey, what are you doing? Hey, go lay down. Dumbass. Oh, sorry. You know, some people are like, you talk to my dog like that. Like it's an animal, man. Chill out. No.
Not for the show. I'm a professional. That's why I don't like it when people randomly talk when they come in. Devontae.
I'm always in back.
Now, say this is the engineer guy.
I had to hop on the chat. Yeah. You got it.
The day that I could go 2 months, and I said 2 months without something being wrong, and I'll give you credit.
2 months?
2
Yeah.
months. That's
how much
epic.
problem that we've been having with syndicate.
What?
You're the one that moved the room around and didn't set it up for the show.
Oh. Oh.
That's still
I don't feel like he accepts your apology like at all. You can't accept this man's apology?
No.
I told him, get me people. When I go broke, I'm broke for
you didn't take me serious when I was even saying about it the other day. Serious. I did.
I just,
Hey, come on.
All right, we're back to Rising and Motivation Mondays. I'm never seen that. I'm joined with Scotty from
Sure.
Scotty.
Sure.
As well as Stephen Garcia. Syndicate would not run if he wasn't for Santa. I cannot give him props because they're saying that I've been mad about that. The other one, and it's just like, I'm happy that we're going to have a priority. This might have more motivation Mondays because, he and his wisdom, he's going to calm myself down out of situations that really I should have been upset about. So I give this man a thing.
We were talking about what your take was.
Problem. I've been told
You're a big old teddy bear. Oh, yeah, no.
pretty much.
That's what I was thinking. Because, like, I we come in, you go, should have been like, I go, are you okay? Then I know, be a little cautious about what I'm not feeding him. If I come there and I see something, he started bothering me and joking, days would be great.
He's having a joke, but he's still in a bad mood, too.
It's crazy that I can hide it so well. It does help that I have Jay Bird with me, and he will go off, so I don't have to. So I could keep focused on what needs to be done.
So it's
It helps.
consistent.
He's a co-host. Yeah, I wouldn't even put him as an intern, even though it doesn't matter. He's not getting paid. It is an internship, but yeah.
But let's discuss part 2 of what Rita, our sponsor, announcement has said. And part 2 is energy becomes contagious.
Yeah.
People are drawn to authenticity. That is which network. Yeah. When you really love what you do, others do it. Find coworkers, community that builds trust and opportunity. Want to feel that? If you
Man,
listen
does it.
to radio show, stories and soundtracks, and this, think that it comes off of the authenticity. Yeah, I can't say that word.
Authenticity. You could. You're just trying to say it too fast.
So, just like words I can't say.
Worcestershire sauce. I don't say it very well. I don't say it very well.
Scotty was drawn for where we gotta go, and then
Oh yeah, I can tell.
he was like,
I can read energies though pretty well.
and then he's like, okay, this dude ain't taking me seriously. I think I'm start going out. Going out. This dude ignores me and stuff. And now here he is. He's been on all 3 of my shows.
Yes, sir, and I do appreciate it.
And that's good because like I made a comment to somebody who said, "Oh, I'm gonna be on." Yeah, that's right. That's the right thing to do. It's a good move because when we bring interns in, the whole thing is we're going to do is you're not only have the opportunity to see it physically,
Experience it, yeah. Which is how a lot of people actually learn is physically, right?
and that's all of it. I mean, like we'll go through and I could go and set up. The content can come up behind me and everything is fine. But then somebody else comes up behind him and they start messing with parts of the dial that has nothing to do with the volume.
Yeah.
Like the game, which, I've rarely ever went past 4 of the game. Never have. I've seen it here. I've seen stuff pretty high. But see, the success is going to be now that we're in a position where we've been doing it long enough and we all work well together, we're going to transport this over to people.
Right. Yeah. And that's that transfer of energy. That's that contagious energy, and that's why I love for the 7 with Scotty to be on a Monday, right? And some people are like, man, Monday midday, nobody's gonna. We're all too busy, dude. We're trying to get our week going and whatnot. And that's perfect. And you don't have to listen to the show live. Same with Rise of the Empire. You know, Monday morning at 9 o'clock, you might be busy at work trying to get your week started. It's fine. That's why I say thank you for listening live or otherwise, because a lot of people check in later on, and I want them to get that energy from us because, and that's another thing I try to start this place off with that positive energy for me. So it don't matter for me personally what's going on in my life. When I cross that curb, when I step across the curb coming in here, I check my bags.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is anything and everything that personally is going on with me gets left right there. And I won't let it affect. And this is something I learned when selling cars, right? I was a young guy, married, 4 kids, trying to work 80-hour weeks selling cars.
By the way, Scott is a Catholic. This is the
Or more.
non-Catholic person that has more than 2.
But
He just likes to vouch.
man,
So energy, you say.
but it is transformed.
We're in all places where it's way.
Right.
When I got off the road, I had to get rid of everyone that was basically in my life at the time. Like, you do have to cut it all out. And I was dating this chick, Jessica, and I was actually living with her too. And I told her, I'm going to get clean. I'm going to get off this. And she's, no, you're not. As long as you're here and you want to be in my life, I'm going to get off of it. No, I moved out. I spoke to her in almost 9 years.
Look at you.
And I have seen people used to hang out there. Homeless signs still look like still not movable. Here we are on my radio. We're on 91.1 FM Boulder. I'm on KR to go as well. And ready to work company. My channel, my co-host Michelle, is amazing. Many people are responsible for counseling, where everything is just being all because the decision of the and that's part of the successful decision I made because you have to have a reason. And I said, I just got fired from a job at Startech. I gave this lady $1,000 credit. Yeah, because in my mind, I felt bad before. I record every phone call. Even though you hear that, yes, every phone call gets recorded. And I pulled up the call. And I'm like, oh my God, I can tell I'm tweaking on this phone call right now.
Oh shit.
And I said, this is what I said. I talked about AT&T. I said, I promise you have my word, gave my agent code that they're going to get the $1,000 credit. And they said, AT&T has to decide now if you're going to $100,000 credit, lose it. I said, you're probably going to fire me. Yep. And I put the paperwork, fired me, got my tonight, went to my apartment, and said, I know what kind of life I can live with this. What kind of life I will live with that. If I go back to it when I made that decision, because there was struggles for sure. He would never believe where I'm sitting today talking to you guys about it. Would never believe.
Now, with that being said,
I love how you're open with that, by the way.
how do you
People need to hear it.
how do you now 9 years later? What's your feeling now? 9 years later.
I'm successful. Now, granted, there's more things that will make me successful. But as I said right now, I am pretty successful.
And you are.
Things that I've done.
And you are.
And trust me, there's things that have caused me to fall back in my aspects of was just like the fact that I'm just thinking back what happened a year ago. It's like, wow,
Oh
I
man,
did more in the last year than I have in 36 years of life.
yeah, I had a bad since about 2023 when my son passed away. Ever since then, man, it just seemed like man, everybody's playing stupid.
Hmm.
And I was saying, God, I'm not a stupid man. You know, so I'm sitting back and taking notes about what I was doing. In 1 year, I lost $23,000.
That's wild. That's wild. So just not to interrupt where you're going with this, but just a question. Uh, was your son, would you say, like the rock in your life? Like
Oh,
he kept things organized for you and stuff like that?
yeah, like
Which makes sense that so it makes sense that people would be able to the wrong people would be able to see that and then take advantage.
right.
Uh,
We tried to teach like just have
right. And when you have a child and you think about the child's life, you don't think about burying your child. In your eyes, they're going to be burying you at some point.
right.
So you're not even,
Focus on what
you have no thoughts in your head of how this is supposed to go. What am I supposed to do? Because a lot of times when you're in those moments, you're just going through the motions anyways.
well, you look at demons on you. You had two very serious car accidents.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, and I mean, somewhere in the back of your mind, I these are my thoughts. God, you must be thinking, well, the heck am I doing that get these kind of actions? Same thing I ask myself. How do I keep getting?
But I don't even I honestly, and it's something that I've started doing probably in the last decade. Uh, like that was supposed to happen. That was actually a blessing, you know. And I look at the blessings. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because everything has blessings.
Oh,
And my first major accident, my wife and Lydia were in the car. Wife had some bumps. Lydia, not a scratch. They say in police reports that that car was going in upwards of 90 miles an hour, swerving, swerving in and out of traffic, going up on median or going in the median, right? Because this is going in flat and upwards of 90 miles an hour, just reckless, drunk as all get up. They said there was just beer cans scattered all over that car. It was ridiculous. Um, but no scratch. She don't even remember it. It's not, it's not a tragedy to her. It's not anything big, because I drive through that intersection sometimes and I have flashbacks. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it,
you did
it
have
sometimes it really like physically will affect you. And
I was
it's,
just saying that time that I just recently when I was with you. I mean,
yeah, it's just crazy because I look when going through that intersection, if I'm not already freaked out, right, I will look left the way the car came, and I'll still see it where I seen it that day. Which, by the way,
Ketamine, counseling, get through traumas, not just from the car accident, but any kind of trauma.
yeah,
And that will clear that up. So that anymore, because when these days you because you realize it.
Right.
You
And
don't
I
have a second car accident because of your fear.
right.
So you gotta get back to where you don't need that fear.
I do not need another car accident, by the way. If I can avoid it at any cost, I am there. And then watch the bus get ran into, flipped over. Like the only time a bus ever does this.
It'd be on the side of
And I'm like, look at the blessing. It only hurt me, none of the other people. No, but I say it all the time, man. I would 100% go through that accident and take all the pain that I had to go through. First time my oldest son ever seen me cry was helping me up the steps at my house after the car accident. Uh, and I literally did not go down those steps for 2 weeks.
I don't believe it. Like, screw that. I love it. I give it down.
I remember just last April when I broke two of my ribs and tried to do them. Oh my God!
I've had
tried
bruised
for like
ribs
8
in that suck. I can only imagine crap.
Bruce,
Oh my goodness! I can only like it makes it hard to breathe. So how can you?
can't breathe.
Oh,
Yeah. Like,
I couldn't even walk up steps like that. I already have a hard
so
time.
would you say that this is better than what they could have been? That moment in the car accident, because we know what I'm going to run. Like, if you go back to that slide, it's got to go upstairs and tell it where it is. You say like it was better than whatever. When you were going upstairs.
I don't think there was a whole lot of thought when I was going up those stairs, but to answer your question, I think what you're getting at is if I have come to a better position in life than I thought I was moving at, 'cause I was at the end of a 3-year plan. And I try and whatever, even if it's a 3-month plan, 1-month plan, whatever, I try and have something, right? Or used to. I guess I should put it in there. I was right at the end of the 3-year plan, perfectly played out, all debt paid off, ready to purchase a home, which, once again, what's a level of success? That would be a level of success. Owning my own home, not this, where we're at today, house-wise, but back then. Back then, almost a decade ago,
Mhm.
perfect time to buy. I was in position to buy. And at that time, if I would have bought to today, that house would have so much equity in it. I could literally, I could buy the studio.
My first
Off of
home
it.
bought
You know what I
myself.
mean? Like I could do all of this wherever the hell I wanted to do.
Doesn't mean that there wouldn't have been issues. They would have had or things actually when
Right.
the actual appraiser comes and
Right.
you're like, bro, I just got
Right.
this is outdated.
Which is the reason I don't plan anymore, because I realized my plan is not the plan, man.
I'll bet.
I'm gonna roll with the flow and hopefully Rocky Balboa them off the ropes, right? I would be no, probably not. I do believe Wake and Bake America, which is the show that picked me up as an intern, put me on the FM dial, taught me how to be Scotty one day, and if it wasn't for them at that time, I don't know if I'd be here. Like they were huge, they were monumental because everything changed for me. At that moment, my life went 180 degrees, and I didn't know where I was going, what I could do, how I could do it. Like I cried for the first time all of a sudden just to crawl up some stairs. So what could I possibly accomplish in life? How could I possibly be successful anymore? No, I almost was. Almost. You know where almost works? Horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's it.
And I wasn't in no shoe pit. Damn sure don't want to get blown up.
So what stopped you from being what's
Well, since the accident, we had to go back into debt. We had to downsize because I was no longer making my income. So we went from living in a house to an apartment. Um, and I mean, I guess you could say that was the bottom for the level of life that I'm in. And that can easily be, you can easily watch that because I was in a home rental, town home, now back in a home rental. But from this position, I can start another plan to get into a home. And it's not going to be as hard. It's not going to be a 3-year plan because we're not that far. But I did end up, getting some credit card debt stuff, just trying to survive on one income in that apartment, man. But so that's a level of success, a way to see it. And that's once again, like J Dub was saying, you can measure success by looking at your growth.
Yeah. Yep. And that's what I was saying. Like you were talking about when you first now in your hearing. Right? And I told you months ago, I said, you just keep going the way you're going, you're good. Yeah.
I definitely, as humbly as I can say, I definitely agree with you because, when I started, I had sound engineer, right? Someone right there making sure that sound was perfect, no echo, no, it's just perfect, right? I'll go and listen to my shows, and I'm like, nope, not it, nope, not it. And a lot of people will listen to the shows and not even know. What do you mean? Nope, not it. Nope, turn it up a little bit. You hear that extra bass? Why is that extra bass there? It don't need to be there.
Right.
If you have a sound engineer, that extra bass is not there.
Right.
So you can see the growth with the sound engineer, and then you can see me kind of fall back when I lose the sound engineer, and drug my feet for a little bit until I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it myself.
I mean, like right now, I know, I'm very happy and excited about the way it's going right now, and that's simply because I told him in the beginning, you're going to be the program director. I told him at that point, I told him, look, just so I know you understand where I'm coming from. I said, I don't like this stuff that only one person or one or two people are the only ones who know how to do any of it. You know, show shit stuff up. You got to go and find these one or two people who
Right.
won't show you how to do it.
You know what I really wanted to do, and I'm still trying to convince her to do it, and Dom to let me do it, is have my wife come in here, and then she has done it in the past for other companies, but and I forget what the actual name of it is, but it's basically giving you play by play what how to run the studio, every single thing in a manual, and nothing.
I don't say to that today. One, two,
Right.
touch the mics. There should be like when we started earlier. We started because someone had turned off the TV. Someone did that. It's a lot of computers, but access is not full.
Right.
How many times?
Yeah.
Mike's in the last 6 months. Because people, if you are not, you either don't touch the equipment or you use your own computer. Don't touch any stuff.
Yeah.
Put stuff back where you found it, man. Wasn't you taught that as a kid?
No, they grew up on a farm.
Somewhere, man.
Damn it, man.
Because we were at syndicate and ready to be successful. So, and if you're not wanting to be part of the solution,
By the way, shout out to Dom and Hellraiser's Tattoo, located in Citadel Mall. Shout out to Dom because he deals with a lot. He is a successful businessman. He's got more than one business. But anyways, he's personally called me, and not to get into the conversation too personal, but he goes, "What the fuck? Why are you complaining now?" Excuse my language.
Okay.
Why are you complaining now? I did this, I did that. We're looking at these numbers and this. Why are you complaining? And I told him, and other people probably need to hear it because I can see this being so much bigger than what it is. So it doesn't come from a place of hate or discontent, anything like that. It comes from a place of wanting so badly to see this place have that success.
Desire.
Yeah,
It's like,
and it's nothing bad. And he after that conversation, he 100%.
So talking about success and bringing it back to success.
Yes, sorry.
What is the advice that you have for listeners, whether listening in their workplace right now, whether they're listening in the car, or if they're in walking, listening to this? What advice do you give one of you as success and energy behind it? Go into that walk speed.
no, actually, the first thing I can say right off the bat is start cleaning yourself. Quit trying to do others. Clean yourself.
What about you, Scott?
Write it down.
You sound like our therapist.
Michelle's a smart woman.
She is.
It can be better than you ever thought it could be. There's many times in my life, including in the last year, that I thought things were going to go south and turn out to be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
So it could always be better than what you thought it could be. To be great to ourselves, artists.
Chip.
What if this could be better? And really listen to lyrics.
Yeah, man.
That's why.
Yeah.
Honestly, I hear you.
Right.
There's nobody, of course, in the background. Scotty thought.
Yeah, that was me. That's why I had to apologize. I was like, oh,
And
yeah.
if I am like this, I didn't know nobody was going to do it remotely. And that's what I
Santa said that Scotty Boone, he had access to the code. Santa had a key. So he did that.
yeah. But I'm always going to go just to make sure.
Hey, now you were here Thursday.
There you go.
Thursday.
I have one roll, yeah. We'll go there. Real quick.
Yeah,
How long do we got?
is really different deals. Motherfucker. Oh, hell yeah. Number six is motherfucker is detailed down a little bit.
Then on my side, you really got this.
Yeah, that is.
Like a fucking two.
I'm gonna get yes, and then maybe
Hey, I don't know, man. I think B-Rad said something about you had to go to the bathroom or something, but I'm not sure. But I think that's what it was all about. Anyway, thank you. You know how I can tell? Because there's nothing coming up on the other line. That's off. It's me. Yeah. It was me. It was you guys. Go, 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 go.
Damn it, man.
Why is the music not playing?
And we're back with Motivation Monday, Rise of the Empire. I'm your host, B-Rad. Everyone else is still having their safety meetings on. Had some issues with the music playing and stuff, but we got it all fixed now, so I figured we just jump right back on. Shout out to my sponsors for Motivation Monday, Rise of the Empire, and New Hope Housing LLC. If you need help with any kind of addiction help or even just any kind of mental health, they are the ones to give a call to. You can reach them at 719-896-5163. Again, that is 719-896-5163. Anyone listening that may be locked up when they're getting transition, need further parole, need a recovery help, addiction help, or just want the help, they are on the list of some providers through the parole as well. We are really bringing up next thing arena with a New Hope Counseling and with her thoughts here. So we get that pulled up review us real quick. She got so much great insight as well. So part 3, growth feels meaningful. If you love the work, growth doesn't feel like suffering. It feels like you're better at something that matters to you. And that's something that we had talked about even earlier with Scotty, with stuff with Scotty that comes on after this at 12:03. What I do with this Small Business Showcase radio show live on PRBO at 10 a.m. And then, of course, our Stories soundtrack show is here on Setting Empire Radio and 93.1 FM at Boulder. Stories soundtracks is like Thursdays at 12 to 3. And we just try to give everyone a chance to have their voice, whether you're a business owner or someone out there, your voice. And as a child, I've always wanted to be on radio. And the fact that I'm on it, it is where I feel successful today. And, I can tell every episode since day one is on showcase-sb.com. And you can tell the difference from episode 1. I remember I was sitting there at the KFBO studio, and they were not ready to cancel the first show and reschedule it because I was nervous, my skin was turning white. I was really, really pale, and I'm like, no, let's just get this over with. Let's go. And I shot right through it. And we are almost a year later on 3 different shows on 3 stations, 93.1 FM Boulder, PRDO 105.5 FM, 1240 AM. We're on Setting Empire Radio at Mixer.com. We have our YouTube link for the Small Business Showcase video show. So you have plenty of access to hear about these people. And success, again, is not measured by what other people are doing. Just because I'm doing this doesn't mean that you are any less or any more. Everyone's success is done by themselves. And as long as you are better than the person you were yesterday. Continue growing, which also goes back to our topic we had a month ago. Your mind is your greatest enemy or your greatest ally. You cannot be successful if you're battling yourself. And like what Santa said with his quote, be there for yourself. And, trust yourself, trust your instincts. Scotty comes back on now. I think you would have to agree with that. Trust your instincts. When you agree?
Yeah, you have to actually, but sometimes your instincts are telling you things that you're not actually listening. So
you're like, oh, I want to do this, but you keep feeling, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's because your head's telling you it ain't going to happen. And guess what?
It ain't going to happen. It'll never happen that way.
So I'm going to reread the quote that Rena had said for everyone. Growth feels meaningful. You love the work, growth doesn't feel like suffering. It feels like becoming better at something that matters to you. And doing this is something that I feel, I've grown and because I love doing it. And you've even mentioned earlier how you've grown with the Scotty from your first episode to that.
Right. Yeah.
Even back when you were an intern on the radio, I guarantee you've grown since then too.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, and had some setbacks. It happens.
We even had setbacks with the music not playing earlier and the stuff. I had to get that fixed. But you know what? We're back and ready to kill it and dominate. One of the things that we have to do is enjoy the ride because, like what Scotty said, he doesn't plan anything out anymore. I had a plan a month ago, and then my Jeep broke down. Like I bet. So,
Right.
enjoy the ride because there's nothing we can do besides move forward, whether it's good or bad.
100%. 100%.
I was actually told this artist by my friend Luis yesterday. He's called Abel Hart. And the song is called "Enjoy the Ride."
Oh, Abel Hart is dope.
This was my first time hearing about him. We're going to play him next.